Any question, leave it in the comments. I will do my best to answer. Peace.
All right, guys. So I thought my camera was recording, but not really. So I'm gonna try to explain what I did at first. You know, when I removed this thing, the fan trail. So I removed the 10 right here, another 10, and then this thing is gonna be loose. And then the next step it will be I use my pipe wrench right behind right here on the fence. You know, right here. You know, I use it right here, and it goes to a left to get it loose. And then after you get it this loose, so you're gonna slide this, you know, right inside. You know, right inside, and then you should have enough room to get the whole thing at the same time. You know, the fan clutch and the fan throw at the same time. Or if you got enough room, you can just get this out first, and then just pull up the fan trail. You know, but that's all I have to do on this one to get these things out. I hope that, you know, that helps. Okay, so next step will be to remove the belt. So I'm gonna use 1/2 inch right here, and I'm gonna just hook right here on the, and then I'm gonna bring it down. You know, I'm gonna bring it down so I can get this belt out of the way. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna get this belt out of the way. Now next step will be to remove the 10 millimeters right here on a power steering pump. I got one right here, and I got another one right here, and I believe there is 3 bolts that goes in here. So there is one missing down here, so you really don't have to worry about this one. Most of the time they don't put it back, but it's not in here for now. So I'm gonna use this thing right here, and I'm gonna try to lose this one right here. I hope you can see it right there. That is a 10 right here, and I'm gonna try to get it out. This is the easy one already, so I can get it out with the use my hand, I think. Hold on, let me try. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, it's coming out now. It's just on the weight of the extension right here, so I may have to push the extension or just leave it like that for now. Let me see if I can take it out. Yeah, it's already loose. It's just the little I mean the bracket or the clamp, it's on the way, so I may have to leave it just like that for now. I'm gonna get another pan under, just in case, you know, oil coming out, so I don't do a messed up right under. So I'm gonna get this out. Okay, so it's loose now. I'm gonna try to hoping catch the oil. I believe it's gonna be oil. I need to push it in. Right there. Golly. Make sure your pan is all the way. If it's gonna happen that, you know, you're gonna make some mess on the bottom. Well, I'm gonna try to go with the 10 now. I'm gonna try to catch with the long one. That's maybe more access to it. Okay, like that. I didn't give you much. Okay, so I got it right there. Loose a little bit. See, it won't give you much room to play with this one. See, a couple turns. See, the bump is already. Right, so I hope you can see that one. I'm gonna try to get it out just by hand. Sorry about that. Let me get this thing out. It's coming out. It just probably, you know, I just have to maybe just do with the other hand to get this out. Lift it up a little bit, because I think the best way it was to go with the bottom one first and then the top one. But it's coming out. You can fast forward this part right here if you want to, just to, I just, main thing it shows where the bolt goes. And then I hope you get the tools for it. So you don't have to play with the sockets, because sockets is a pain, to remove this stud right there. So we got that, and we got the top one. I'm gonna leave the top one right there. It's hanging on a hose, so that's cool. So I'm gonna leave it about right there. I don't have to deal with nothing else on it. This hose, this one right here needs to come off. Not really come off, but we have to lose it from here, which I believe is gonna be 15, so it can be hanging in there. Let me get that. I believe it's a 15. I don't want to. Okay, that was easy right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the nut right there. Just get the thing out of the way, just to, and I'm gonna put the nut back on just in case, so I know where it goes. So next step, we'll be removing this. There is two right here with the 8mm, or you can remove the whole bracket, with the whole thing. It just depends on you, because this may be on your way, so it's up to you. But I'm gonna take this off for sure, probably, so I don't have this on the way. But for now, I'm gonna get this 8. For now, I'm just gonna get this 8 right here. That's one right here. Another one. And one more back here. All right. So that way you have the whole pump out of your way. With no trouble. This thing is hanging in there. So now we're gonna do the same thing on the AC compressor. But like, see, I got this hose already, already got the freon out of the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here, show you. Okay, so I hope you can see. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my hand on this side of the frame, so that way I can catch my ratchet right here, and then I can see it right on top, and try to twist it, because there is not that much room for me to play. See this one, see this ratchet, it has the little swipe right here, so that's gonna help a lot to get this out of the way. Because see right there, I not even have to go with my hand all the way through here, but I want to go up here so I can hold right on top and then twist it. It's gonna be kind of tight. It's gonna be kind of tight in there, so I hope it don't strip, because if that happens, I'm made in trouble. I'm gonna try not. Okay, let me see. I hope I can just at least. Okay, it's coming. Okay, it's loose, I think. I hope it is loose already, because it's tight. So make sure you see the socket. You see it all the way onto that thing. I'm gonna loosen a little bit more. Keep going until I get it. Okay. It should be all the way up almost. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slant my hand right here and keep going with the hand. Just make sure there is no more pressure on the system before you start doing this. And this is the bolt goes in there. I hope you can see this bolt. And now what we're gonna do is I'm not sure if I can show the connector, but this one is gonna be on top. Let me see if you can see that one there. Let me show you. The connector is right on, right there. Let me see if I can get my hand to right here. See right here the connector. So what you gotta do is press the. It's gonna be, see right here. You may have to use the flat. Barely can see that one right there. Let me get the light in too. I don't know if you can see this right here. But see right here. You may can see the connector right here. You have to press this thing up, you know, right there up, and then pull it. But I have to do with the flathead, so that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm going to remove the stuff right there that the one that I'm talking about. But I'm not sure what size is that one. 15 maybe. It looks like a 15 right there. That one right here. Now you can see how the this bracket coming up. That's for the harness, and this is for the extension, you know, for the transmission. So this one you may want to open this bracket, you know, with the flathead, and just leave it in there, because you can really push this thing. You can break that line or whatever, and you really don't have to take this off. So let me see if I can split that thing with the flathead. Okay, see right there. So you can split this bracket so it's already loose, and then you can lift the line and then just pop back, you know, this thing, like lift it, and it should be loose from the, you know, so you don't have to worry about the line no more. Just make sure it's loose, you can get it out, and then just put them on the side. So what I'm gonna do now, I may have to bring a light to show that, you know, how to get the starter out of the way. I'm gonna try a 13 on that one. Right there. Should be 13. So let me see if I can catch right here. But right there, I'm gonna get the 13 out of the way. That's a 13. It should be loose already. Let me get that thing right here. Now I'm gonna remove this one, which I believe is a 10. Okay, right here. 10 right there. With these tools, it's easy to get this off. You know, you don't have to really deal with the sockets right here, so should be loose already, I think. Kind of, yeah. This one. Okay, we got the washer and the lug washer too. So this truck, they replaced the starter because they thought it was the starter bad, but after diagnostic it was the engine lock, you know. So okay, now I'm going to remove this thick wire. Let me see, move it out of the way. This one right here, which it goes to right here, and I believe it's gonna be a 13. See if I can get the thing loose faster. Oh, the other way. Okay, I got one. This is just a nut, so then to get this is just ground sign side of the starter. And this one already got loose. It got the stud right there. So I'm gonna keep going on do a back hand and get it off. What happened, Papa? What are you doing here, huh? Got my helper on this side. We already got this one. There is 3 bolts on this one, but it may not, the top one may not there, probably not. So this one, see this one right here, the tail right there, there is one right here, and then should be another one right on top, maybe Maybe not, who knows. No, I don't feel any other one right here. I don't think they use it. Okay, so right here, we right here on this bolt right there. So I'm gonna slide my hand through the side of right here. I don't know if you can see my hand. Where is it? Right here. See right here. So I'm gonna go my hand on top, and I got the extension right here on this side. You know, you see my hands right here, right here. Can you see my hands? So I got them on top, and I'm going to use the two extension 3 inches each with the long 12, and I'm gonna use this ratchet, which is the, you know, which you got the, you know, you can twist a little bit, so that way it will give me a chance to slide this one, and it just kind of flat. So I believe that way I'm going to put it right here, you know, and slide it right on top, just to lose that bolt right there. Okay, so let me see if I can do that right there. Okay, it's loose already, so I'm gonna just do it with hand. See if I can catch that bolt right there. I hope you can see or see my hand with this thing. So I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna lift a little bit, you know, like a shake a little bit, so that way I can keep loosening that bolt. And this thing is long, boy. Okay, it's already loose. Got it out right here. You see right there? Got it out. Now we're going to get the starter out of the way. It was only 2 bolts on that one. Okay, so we got the starter out. Make sure you get this connector out of the way, which is going to be plugged in here on this hole right there. You know, just pop that out, and make sure you remove the connector right here for the oil sensor, which it goes right here. You know, you just have to tap in and press it. I already pulled out so I can really show it. And the other thing is going to be, don't forget to it goes right here. Don't forget to remove the oil pressure sensor, which is right here on the right here. This oil pressure sensor. Don't forget to remove that one. And when you're ready with the oil connectors out, just make sure you get this you know, this out, and the other one right here. You know, with the vice grip or whatever you have. I want to show what I'm doing right here. It's I hope you can see. You're really gonna need one of these jacks because it says from the Harbor Freight, so you know you're really gonna need that. In what else? Let me see. Okay, I already got the bolts out right here. If you see right here, I got this one out, and I got the other one right here. That's 2 right there, and then let me see right here. There is another one right here. Day 13, and there is another one right above, right above. Let me see what's there above right here. And this is the tricky one right here. You're gonna see it right there. I got it from the top, but I used the those type of this type of ratchets. You know, right there, a long one. You know, the ones I've been using it. That's the one that I used to catch right that one out of the way. And on this side, I already got the with the 15. I removed the nuts from the exhaust manifold, and I already got the I don't know if you can see that one right there, but it's the O2 sensor right there. Remove the connector from there. Just push the clip, which is right here. You know, I can barely show you because see this right here. So you just have to press this a little tap. You know, just push down and pull it. You can get it right away. And on the transmission lines right here, I used the 16. It was kind of tricky because I got the 16 right here, so I had to slide my hand right here. You know, my hands they not thick, so they not thick, so they skinny ones. So I got my hands into it, and then that way I twist the nut right there, or whatever you call them, that one. I twist it, and then get it out of the way, both of them. See, it's already loose, and I got the other connector right here for the O2 sensor, which is right here. I got it loose. It's the same thing. You just have to press this down, and it should come off. And the other thing that you have to lose, it's gonna be, I'm not sure if you're showing these, but I had to go in the back and show you that part. Let me move that way. Okay, now let me go back there so I show you. I'm gonna keep going that way, so don't worry about that. Man, I'm doing this late night, so. And I got the other O2 sensor on the driver's side. I got it off. I used the 8 millimeters right here to remove the bracket, which is right here. I'm just got it hanging in here, and there is one bolt over here for the transmission. This bolt, it's longer than the others, so make sure when you put it back, this you put the longer right here. It goes right here, the longer one. The other ones, uh, there is two short ones which goes right here on the bottom. One short right here and the other short right there. And with the plate, it's a plate. The cover goes right here, and and right here, there is another bolt and another one right here, 13s. They easy to get it off. And what else? We got the connector for the input item. Not sure what's the name on this one, but I believe it's the input. And then we got the output right here on next to it, right here on the back. So remove those connectors, and I got the other O2 sensor, same thing. Just push this down and pull it. And then I got the neutral switch sensor, whatever you call. And then you just have to press this down and then pull it. It was not that hard. And then right here, what I did, it's let me show you. I got it hanging right here so it don't go nowhere. Let me see if I can show this right here. I got this right here. So what I did is, this one goes right here. So what I did, I just pop, with the flathead, and that's all I did on that one. I didn't even have to do that much thing right there. Let me keep going to the back. This is how it looks right here. Hold on. My camera has too much stuff going on right here with this one. And this is how it looks right here. You know how I got this jack right here. I haven't strapped it yet, but I probably am gonna do it. So I'm going to move back there and show you the rest of the stuff what I got out, because I've really been pushing this myself, because it's a lot of work to do on this truck, and to get it down, and then I'm doing it on the floor. So okay, next thing will be getting this nut right there, to remove this few lines and all that stuff. I already got it off, so I already got the bracket out with the 13 right here. And okay, let me go right here, and this connector, the main connector for the transmission right here. Just push this down. I don't know if you see it. Hold on. Just push this down and then pull it. It should come off right. See. On that thing is, that's all you need to do. Uh, the way that I'm telling you is the way that I was doing it. Removing parts. And the other thing that I did is to remove. Hold on, let me show you that. Remove the you have to remove the bolts, 4 bolts over there on the drive shaft. And then I use the 12 millimeters, but it's not regular socket, it's a 12 points. I don't think that I have it right here, but I should get a picture for it so you can see it. And then you just have to knock it off with the hammer, this way, and that way you can get it off. When I removed the draft shaft over here, what I did is I went through to get these I really need light on this thing like that. Okay, I got this one right here. Yeah, for sure, man. This thing is getting worse. Right there. Okay, on this one, I use the 15, and I just got it loose, you know, the 15, but I put the EW40, you know, to helps a little bit when I get it loose. And that's how it looks after you remove the pipe on this thing, you know. Just push this back, loose it, push this back, and then it should come off. I don't know if you can see this board right here. This one's right here, you know, so I use a 15 right here, and then I use the 18 right here on the side. So I use the ratchet in one side, I use the ratchet right here, and the impact on this side, you know, to hold it up. And to remove the nuts goes on the transmission mount. I use the 18 to 18s. What else? Make sure when you're gonna drop this off, or whenever you're gonna get the axle out, make sure you got a pen or something, because you're really gonna need it right here on the side, you know, to catch the fluid, and it's gonna be a lot of fluid. So you let it drain, you know, and then whenever you see no more drops coming out from the tail, and then you can lose the transmission line, just in case you don't want to do a mess over here on the floor. So right now I'm gonna drop the transmission down a little bit and see how it looks to the uh, and I'm gonna see how far I can go dropping this thing out. I hope you can see that right there. Okay. Right now it's slow. Don't forget to remove the oil dipstick, which right here you have to push this corner right here, so that way you can see the night pin goes right there. Let me bring that light. Night thing, it goes right on that hole right there. See, right. So what I'm doing right here is I'm getting from here a little bit back, and just have to get to the flywheel, right? You know, because you're trying to push the case, not the flywheel. So right now, I already start pushing right here. You know, I pray right here back, and then let me bring camera over here, and I'm doing the other side, same thing right here on this side. I hope you can see. Let me get my light in there. Okay, right here. You know, I did the same thing. Okay, right here. You know, I did the same thing. Pray this back. I really need light for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna play right here back. Now I got a liner with the flywheel. If you see from the bottom right here, bring the light. Bring that light right there. If you say it's already push it back a lot, so it's more out than the flywheel. So that means it's already coming up. You know, with the if you keep pushing it right here, it's going back. See, it keeps going. Remember, you know, have some something ready to catch the fluid from here. You know, because it start leaking. You know, we're pushing this back, so it's gonna drain some fluid over here. So make sure you be ready. And then if you see over there, still leaking over there, my light is kind of getting weird right there, but it's still dripping fluid over there. You can see it's draining down. So I'm gonna go around, start pushing back, and see how it goes. Okay, I'm getting fluid right here already. You can see I'm gonna try to catch it, but light is gonna be on the way. I don't think that I can catch that one right there. sure. I don't think that I can get that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there because I see fluid coming up. I don't know if I can see what I'm doing because the lighting thing. Jesus. If you're not ready with the pen and everything, it's gonna be a big mess. So I hope that I'm not sure if you can see that right there because the lining thing right there. I'm trying to catch the fluid that coming off, you know, because it's gonna be fluid coming off of the from the tail converter. Right here, there is no more leaking on the tail, but I'm gonna keep pushing and see how it goes. I'm gonna let it drip fluid in there. I'm gonna push this back. It's a lot of fluid still in there thing, you know, so I'm gonna drop it down a little bit. That way I can get more fluid maybe. But right there, I'm gonna keep pushing it. Yeah, still getting fluid over here. So right here, if you see, I already got the whole thing back. I don't know, I can barely see how it looks right there. So that is out, almost out. It really not doing nothing. There's no pressure on the torque converter or the shaft, you know. So it's back there. Pipe's still there, but sorry, this transmission is not doing right. So transmission is gonna be rebuilt. Take it off, but I'm gonna get the engine out first, and then, you know, go from there. So I'll keep recording tomorrow then. So we're going to remove this box right here, which gonna use a 10 millimeters. There's two. Same thing on this side. Down right there. Now you're gonna feel kind of loose right there because it's just sitting right on top of the, right here on the intake. So I'm gonna take this off and put them on the side. So what we're going to do, I'm gonna do right on top. That's one. There's two. There's three. And I'm gonna get this one too, just to get the. That's four right there. Not bad. That's four right there. This thing should be loose already. I just have to pop this out of the way. But I'm going to, you know, get it from here all together with the 10. So one thing that I recommend is get the Ziploc bags or something, and the naming on it, you know, so you don't lose all the bolts. So you know where exactly they go. So you don't have to worry about that, you know, or mix them. So let me get this on here. Oop. I hope it don't fall away. So on this one, I'm going to leave it like the way it is, you know, so I can get this out of the way. Just like that, and I'm gonna put the nut back on. And I'm going to remove the connector. This one you just have to press in right on the center. It should come off. So just make sure you press this down and then pull it. It should come off. I'm gonna put this on the side. Okay, so now we got access to the alternator, and then this is 210 bolts right here. This one right here. This one. And there's two. Just make sure that, Jesus, this 10 should get loose. Okay, so we get the alternator out of the way, and I'm gonna lift these two bolts right here just in case, you know. I don't wanna because I don't have the bags right now with me. As soon as I get the intake, I'm gonna start putting everything in there. They not too many bolts, but just in case, you know, it's your first time doing this, I recommend do that. Let me put the alternator somewhere. This is 8, and it should be at 10 right here, but that's what I'm saying. The 10 is for the intake, so we need the 8 right on front to get those this bolts out of the way, so we can get this out. Okay, so we're gonna get that. That's 1/8 right there, and this one, it has the 8 right here. I'm gonna try to get that. There's another 8, but you know this thing, it's right on top of the. So I'm gonna take that off. There's 2 8s. It's gonna be tight in there, so I'm gonna see if I can. You know, I'm gonna put this right here back in place just to make sure I don't lose them. Now you got access to the next bolt, which is 8 centimeters. So we got the 8s out of the way, and I'm going to lose this hose right here with the clamp, with the tool. So because I had it right here, so I'm gonna use it. Other than that, I use the pliers, you know, to get this out of the way. And I'm gonna use this one right here. I don't have to deal with the plier thing. That should be good right there. You can use a flathead to remove the hose from here, to squeeze that hose. You know, you can use this tool, you know, to lose the hose from the pipe. Okay. This connector right here, you just have to press down the same thing and then pull it. That's how it get loose right there. Yeah, I'm gonna get that now. I'm gonna lose the thread. Okay, that way we got access under the intake right here, and then so we can press this top in the black one and then pull the connector, you know, it's just tight on there. Okay, so we get this off. I'm gonna leave the bolts in there. Now on this one right here, you just have to squeeze in. Let me see if we got the flathead right here. You just have to squeeze this white thing in and then pull this up, and then from here you just can, you know, it's just a clamp right here behind on the intake, and just move it on the side. See, this hose is gone, so we may need to replace this one too. That's old. We're going to start getting the injector connectors out of the way and ignition coils, but right here on the injector, you just have to press this in, you know, and they pop. You just press the connector right here, press in and pull it. They ain't not a big deal. Just press in and they should come off right away. See? Got it loose, that one right there. I'm gonna get the fuel line loose. You know, you just pop this up right there. Now we have to get the 3/4 of the inch, I think, or that's the 5/8 slim. It looks like it should make it. So I'm gonna press the line. I'm gonna press the line in, and I'm gonna push the connector out the little. That's how you get your thing. So what I did, I just push in, and then I push this back. You know, like trying to squeeze in there. both together, and then that's how it get released. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the. I already got one, you know, and the other one is gonna be right here. Let me see if I can do it with the. I'm gonna do with this one. Okay. I already got this one right here. Now the other one is gonna be right here. All right. Now on this side there is another one right in here. And then should be another one right in here. Just in case you just need to remove and replace the intake manifold gaskets. So before you remove bolts in the throw body, just make sure you clean, you blow air all the way around, so that way you don't get no dust or trash into the intake. So on this one I'm gonna use just one extension, 3 inches long, and it should go right here on the side. Let me see. Okay, that looks like it's loose already, and the other one goes right here. Okay, loose right there. Now we're going to trying to find the back one, which you're probably not gonna see on camera, but it's just right next to. It's just right next to the pipe right there. Let me get this. Okay, we got that right there. Remember, I'm using 10 long in a 3 inches extension. Well, I'm gonna put the bolt on the. I'm gonna get the bolt out of the way from the back, so that way I don't lose them, because you never know. Trying to push the intake back a little bit, just push it back, so that way give you access to get the 8 millimeters right there with the extension for sure. Remember, this is another 8, which is the for the water outlet or crossover, I think that's what I call. And the bolt is longer than same like the other ones, so just make sure you don't. Then this one goes to the water, and it's the same size like this bolt from the intake manifold. It's just the difference is this one has the little thickness right here, and this one is just completely flat with washer. So that's the difference right there. I'm gonna put this one right here, and I'm gonna put this one right here. Into that way we can get this out of the way. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the bolt that I take it off. I'm gonna leave it right here on the water thing, I'm gonna leave it right there just for now. Now we can pull the intake this way. But like I said, remember, there is a bunch of connectors behind over here. So that may be, if this thing has not been removed never, you're gonna feel that it's been pulling. So it's on the center, and then what you gotta do is you're gonna get a 10. I don't know if you've seen this, but there is a let me see. There is a 10 millimeters right here. I believe it's a 10. Not sure on this one. I'm gonna use this one right here, so that way I can bend it a little bit, and then so I can catch that 10 behind right there. I got him. It's this one right here. So I'm gonna put them on the side. I'm going to show let's see if I can catch that on camera right there. you have to remove this connector right here, which I believe it goes to the knock sensor bank, one of the banks of that knock sensor right here. Barely can see that. I don't have any light with me right now, I think. No. But it's right there. You can see this. It got a bracket right here. You know, you can see right there. It's that one right there, that connector right there. So you have to unplug that one. And let me see if I can do one hand right here. Okay, it clicks, so it should come off. Yes, loose. Now there is another connector, which is right here. Which is right here. I don't know if you can see that one right here. This connector, I have no light on the thing. Let me see if I got a new light. So one of the connectors should be, hope you can see that. Oh man, that looks blurry thing. Hold on. One of the connectors is going to be this one right here. This one right here, which is right. The other part is right here. I don't know if you can see. It's right here. Look. And then the other connector is way down here, which you may can see now. Is this one right here. This one. So on this one is just the same thing. It just hanging in there with the you may have to play with this thing a little bit to get it out, but they got the little clip on here, on the, right here. Push it down and then pull it. Thing is tight. I can barely pull it with one hand, but let me see if I can do it. Nah, I have to move my thing. Hold on. Let me do it with the hand, with both, because I can get it. Okay, that loose right there. Now, but that's the connector for the actuator. So let's play with this thing a little bit. Okay, right there. I'm gonna twist it, and I'm gonna get my hands right here, right on that thing. Hold on, this is one connector right here, and then let me see, where you at? Right here. Okay, I got them right here. Let me see if I can show you where it's at. I want you to see that connector right there. Can you see it right there? Hold on, I have to tilt my camera. You see that connector right there? That's the one you have to play with, you know, this one right here. And then loose that out of the way. But the thing is, you know, it's between the arm right here. See this arm right here? So that's what you have to be careful when you pull it. And then that way you get that one out, you know, so it's not on the way. Because all the connectors, for some reason, they right through in here, you know. So let me bring camera back in place. So that way you see the, I'm gonna pull up a little bit, just in case I have something else to unplug back there. And yes, there is a connector right here. Let me show you. Right here, this connector right here, this one right here, it pulls the same out, you know, same way. Pull it out because it's right on the middle of the, I already got this one out. Okay, so there is another one right here, and then it's on the middle, right on the arms. So when you pull it, if you don't be careful, you can mess up the whole thing. So I already got those. Let me bring the camera back on place. If we can pull this out of the way, we're hoping. See, right on. It's something in there still hanging. Yeah, see that connector right here? I don't know if you see, but it's, see, if you don't pay attention on it, you can mess up. It's right here, so you lose that out. And then don't go crazy when you take this intake off, because it may be something else still behind, and then you're gonna mess up the whole connector, and you know, you probably gotta do extra work later on when you put the engine back on. Okay, so that connector right there, the for the actuator, and the other one over there. On this one, it was a hose on the back, which it popped right out when I pull it. See right here, which it goes behind of the intake right there. So they should just slide in, so I don't have to, you know, it has a clamp on it, so it may be a slide back on whenever you get it off. Okay, so Next step it will be getting ignition coils out of the way. Let's see if I can get this right here. So you just press this in, you know, you hear the click and then pull it. Same thing on this ones. And then keep going all the way around all 8. And then you can leave the coils in there, it's up to you, but for sure you need to remove all the connectors right there from the, that's what I'm gonna do right now in a moment. And make sure you have no ground straps behind of the block, because there should be some of it. So be careful when you pull everything out of the way. Now it's time to remove the hood out of the way. We're just going to remove that bolts right here. Same thing on the other side with the 10 millimeters. I lose this one already. I'm gonna lose the other one right here on the side. And I'm gonna lose this one a little bit so it don't flip all the way. And I'm gonna get on the truck, because if you're doing by yourself, it's just gonna be tricky get it out. So I have to get on the truck, and then I'm going to let me see if I can get this right, so I can hold it with one hand right here, you know. Jesus. Okay. Okay, I'm holding with one hand, and I don't think you can see this, but you know, trying to hold it with one hand right here. And I'm gonna go with the other. I'm gonna go with the other bolt. Okay, now it's already loose. Let me. Well, at least this one is not that heavy, because it's like aluminum. The chain and everything in here to get the engine out of the way. And I'm gonna start lifting. Let's see what else is. I don't want that radiator. Also, we have to remove that radiator. Okay. It has that little D on the side, you know, like that. It got the little, you know, reducer on the end. I believe that's the one goes right here. Yeah, I'm gonna push in. Maybe it's gonna be tight, that thing right there, so. See, that was come out. Let me get the thing. Anyway, we got the radiator out. Now we got enough room to play with the engine. I didn't think that I'm gonna need that, but I'm gonna start pulling it up again. I'm gonna push the hoist back a little bit, so. will get stuck right there. You can see how the thing goes through. So that's the strap. It was hanging right here, and that stuck right there. And the other thing, it was this right here, you know, the bracket right here. It was holding it. So yeah, guys, it was a pain get this thing out, but it just, I don't know if you can see where it's hanging right there. And here is the other one that I have for it. It's right there, ready to go. So, but that's how it goes, guys. And now, because we're going to rebuild the transmission, so you know it's easy to get the whole thing out, but it's right there. Make sure you get the right tools, you know, to do this, especially the for the aerator lines, the transmission jack. And if you can make one of these ones, you know, if you can make one of these ones, it should be easy. It helps a lot, you know, save your headaches and a bunch of stuff, so it's easy. Alright, guys, so I hope that video helps save you money and time, you know, and see you next time. Peace.